Hello.
All right, you're gonna be able to see my screen, Samuel.
Okay.
Know if you see it.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm looking for your MU games. Give me a minute. See MU 2012. What's United? I don't know what it is. Yo, Samuel, you see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
And can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Looks like Hank is here. And who's that? Who's this?
Oh, that's Ronan's mom.
Oh,
Yeah. So it looks like Hank.
and
hold on, I'll fix it. You guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. You see the screen that says 2011 Academy 2?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. All right. I need my phone created. Which Samuel, which game did you want to go over again?
um I don't I didn't really care about which game we go over.
Okay. Does anyone have any preference?
Elmbrook? The game against Elmbrook.
That's right. Elmbrook.
The
Which
one
one
that
is
we
that?
won. I want to do a game that we won.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is that one?
Uh I think it's the second one down on the left.
Second one down on the left. This guy.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, perfect. Cool. Yeah, we can find a lot of good information in all these games. So yeah, a little for the new guys here. My name's Julian. I'm a soccer trainer and futsal coach. I've worked with Samuel now for about a year and have worked with, you guys know Sammy. I've been working with Sammy, who guest plays with you guys for since he's been maybe like 6 years old. And yeah, I played at St. Thomas. I played a lot of futsal in my 20s, with some really talented players, a lot of like pro and ex-pro players. So I learned a lot after my college career from a lot of very, very talented soccer players that have been trained very well. So um, here we go. We got a couple more people that I'm waiting on. Awesome. And then what I do as a soccer trainer, I use a lot of film to teach people the things that I want people to understand as a technical trainer, meaning I teach foot skills and I do a lot of like foot skill and soccer development that way. And I've noticed over doing that for 12 years now that sometimes people have these amazing foot skills, but don't necessarily know how to use them. And so that's why I use film to teach people aspects of the game that was hard for me to understand when a coach would tell me, or even use a coaching board. I might not have quite understood what they're saying, but film helps really describe what the coach is talking about or where you can improve. So we'll just get into this. Zoom lets us go for about 40 minutes. So I go for about 30 minutes. It should be fun, educational. And yeah, I hope you guys learned something. So, all right. So I just pause it. And then I kind of say, all right, so what could we have done in this situation? Right? What is the situation? And a lot of what I teach is how to create numerical advantage, it's called. And it's a fancy word that Pep Guardiola and coaches say for, do we have more players than them? Because if we have more players than them, we're a lot more likely to score. And right now, how many players do they have?
Well, they had 3.
They have 3 players and we have 2 players, right? So the percentage that we're going to score goes dramatically down there. Also, this guy's probably a right footer. Is he a righty?
Yeah.
And so giving people the right ball for what they need. There we go. 1 second. Like even if that goes through, Samuel, like say that you made that ball right there. 1 second. Where would he have been? Where is he running right now?
To the left side.
He's running to the side. And even if he got it there, he's going to have 2 players on him, right?
Yeah.
And
Now
he's using his weak foot.
And he'd be on his weak foot. So right here, freeze. What if you would have turned around like that, wrapped out here? Where's the space?
In the middle.
Right? So let's say that you're going here and then you just turned like this. So when I say turn, I mean shielding the ball, right? Your body between here, and you turn outward like this. Would he be able to steal the ball then?
No.
And maybe you could do like a fake shot, or maybe you could do like a step over, or you could add your own flair to it. As long as you're shielding, right? He's going to run right past you, right? You're going to be able to turn into this space, right? And that's when things get good, because normally we would have, I'm not sure where they are, another winger over here. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Right? And so he specifically dragged that player that way, and you, Samuel, would be turning here, and imagine a pass in here. Would that be a pretty amazing high percentage opportunity for one of your teammates?
Yeah.
Right? And obviously there's no one there, but I bet if we play, there's that winger right there, right? So if you would have built in this guy right here, how could we create a 2v1 now? Where would this guy dribble? Would he dribble here?
No.
Because that would make how many players versus how many players,
3v3.
right? But if he runs as fast as he can here, is it a possibility that this player might step to him?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if that player steps to him and he plays that ball in there, is that a pretty high percentage chance of scoring a goal?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Cool. And that's just kind of like the summary of what we do. We do this for defense, offense, transitions. And what I've noticed is we're always super close to being able to score a goal. Okay, so now here you go. Here's another learning lesson. Right here is a very common situation that happens in soccer, right? We lose the ball here. Okay. And then they win it here. Now, who's watched City here? You guys have seen the champions City before?
Yeah.
One of their you've watched them play. One of the things that they do is like a 5-second hard press. And what that means is they work super, super hard to win this ball back, like as hard as they can. All of the guys surround the ball. Okay. And if they don't win it, they'll sit back. But what they do when they're pressing is they don't necessarily stand behind their players. Sometimes they stand in front, right? But what are they doing here? What do you think that City or, these pros are doing to win the ball back right here?
Keeping it inside,
Yeah,
like not
keeping
letting them
it,
go out.
keeping it inside. Yeah. Cutting off. What is the term that your coach has probably said a million times? Cut off
Angle.
the angles or the passing lanes. Exactly. So right here, what I do when I'm playing is when we lose the ball, the first thing I do is I scan behind me, right? Because that's their path. That's their way out. Are they gonna go through this way? Would they ever come
Probably
in
not.
here? That would be pretty silly, right? And we might want to make them go this way because if we win it there, well, that's a pretty great place to win the ball, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But the most common way out, what is the most common way that everyone loves to go out?
The outside.
The outside.
Next like week or two, we're just gonna do whatever. And you're
Okay. So Samuel, what could you have done right here?
Um,
First thing that you need to do.
make sure they don't pass outside.
Okay. So what do you have to do first?
Um,
In order to make that possible, what does he have to do or what do you have to do?
get in front of him.
Get in front of who?
The player on the outside.
This guy
No.
or this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a possibility, but I don't think you're going to get there quick enough. Would you tell me if you agree or not? Could you get there? Could you have cut that pass off?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think even Usain Bolt could sprint that quick, right? Would you agree? Because Samuel's right here. Could he cut that pass off here?
Mm, probably not.
Probably not, right? Maybe this guy could right here. Let's see. This guy that's running at the ball, he's not aware of these two options, so maybe he could cut that pass off. But which pass is Samuel as a winger trying to cut off?
79.
79, right? And so what's the first thing you need to do to be able to know that they're trying to go to 79?
Get in front of him.
How do you know?
You scan behind you.
Yes, good. So the first thing that I want you to do here when you guys lose the ball is look behind you. Okay? Right? Because right now if you look behind you, you would know that he's sitting in space, right? What else can you do right here? Whose guy is that? Is that your guy?
No, that's Hank's guy.
Hank's guy. And if you were to scan behind you, right, and see he's open, what would you probably have said to Hank?
Press him.
Yeah, right. And then if Hank was there and then you cut that off, then where are they going to go?
Back to the middle.
Back to the middle. And that's not a good option. Or they'll panic and you win the ball. Right? So
Yeah.
that's the learning lesson on if you ever catch yourself in a situation here as a team, you want to make sure that you cut off this outlet back here. And so you got to scan, right? And then you got to sprint fast to cut off that angle here, right? And then good things. And then next time, if we do this again, we'll be like, oh, you did it. Cool. And then we'll be like, now you won the ball here. Now, how do we get the ball from here into the middle and score a goal? So when you guys practice this as a team, right? When you do this and I watch your next game, then I can be like, hey, you guys did it. You cut off that pass. You looked behind you. Great job. And then we'll learn the next step, which is probably looking up again. Oh, I love that. That was nice. I'm a huge fan of these kind of things right here. When you guys play it here and you bounce it off the forwards like that. I really like that. Okay. Now, let's see what he did though.
I think he scores.
Did he score?
Yeah.
He did. Looks like the keeper saved it. Okay, so let's go back to that numbers thing. Okay, so where
It's a 4-on-3, sort of.
where is it a 4-on-3? Let's talk like, is it a 2-on-2 right here?
It could be if you play the right ball, it could be a 2-on-1 on the middles right there. Yeah, that guy.
It could have been, right? But where did he take his first touch?
Backwards.
And that's why he didn't create that 2v1.
Yeah.
Could he have taken a first touch here?
Yeah.
And
And
if
then
he
shot
took the
it.
first touch there, would that player have come to him there?
Yeah, step to him and then he could have passed it to Marcelo.
Exactly. Or what's another overload situation?
Switches the field
So look at this. So it's 2-on-2 here. So what if he dribbled
that
this
way.
way? What do you think would have
It's a
happened?
3-on-2.
Maybe this player. So like if I were going, right, I would either take my first touch here and try to play in that for a cross, or I would take my first touch big across here, continually run, right, until either this guy steps or this guy steps, right? So like kind of the rule of thumb is like, you don't want to dribble at this guy because that's a 1-on-1. You want to dribble at this guy because that's a 2-on-1. You want to dribble at this guy because that's a 3-on-2, or this guy because it's a 3-on-2. Does that make sense? You can just put your microphone on and say like, yeah, it's a little bit more fun for me when I know that you're understanding it. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Okay, cool. So to be able to do that, watch his head. Do you think that he scanned right here? What do you think
No.
he looked at?
The ground.
The
The
ground,
ball
right? And because he did that, where did he take his first touch?
backwards.
Right? So basically this whole thing is going to be like, oh, did you look up? And everyone's going to be like, nope. Or I look this way but not that way, right? Because it's our vision that basically determines what we see, and what we see determines what decisions we make. And if we're only looking down, we're going to take our first touch there and miss out on opportunities. All right, let's keep going. Do we have any defenders in here?
Yeah, me.
Okay. Who's me? What's your name?
My name is Hank.
Hank? All right. What do you play, Hank?
I play normally I play left back or right back.
Is that you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, sweet. Right here. Okay, sweet. So that's you? Right here, that
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm the tall kid with the red hair.
okay.
And I'm number 5. I'm number 5.
Number 5 right here.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yes, I'm right there, yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. So let's look at this situation. Nice pass there, Hank. Good. All right.
Jack sold.
That's a 2-on-2. That's pretty tight. What do you guys think about this situation? Does it seem pretty tight in here?
Yeah, Jack sold.
So what do we do when who do you think that he can make the best decision right now? Being in,
No, his teammates should talk to him.
so
His back turned to most of his teammates.
right? So probably what you do in these situations is you go forward. And where is forward right now for him?
Behind him.
Is forward this way or forward that way?
The first one.
So that would be backwards.
Oh, wait.
Like-
Oh,
Like he has to turn
Yeah.
to go forward. So
Yeah.
forward goes this way, because imagine if you would have went forward. would this player have covered him? If he
Uh,
dribbles here,
yeah,
would this player
yeah.
step to him? And then who's supposed to be covering him?
That,
So this guy's supposed to be,
yeah,
I meant who's supposed to be covering him? Sorry.
the player who's pressuring him.
So if he dribbles this way, is there a chance that that lane will be open?
Yeah,
And if that lane's open right there, is that a 2v1?
yeah,
And is that probably going to lead to a shot on goal or a
yeah.
good opportunity?
Mhm.
And then if he covers this lane, like he should, right? If that guy were to cover that lane, then where would he go, Hank? If he covers, meaning if this 25 steps forward to make sure, is that Preosh?
Yeah,
Yeah. So if he dribbles this way and he cuts off that lane to Preosh, then what lane is open?
back to Hank or to me.
Yep, back to Hank. Or what is that you?
Yeah,
And what's your name?
Ronan.
Ronan? Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, exactly. So imagine if Ronan got that ball there, or Hank got it into Ronan there. Would that be a great position for you, Ronan?
Yeah, because then I could switch the field.
Yeah, you could switch that field. There's a massive gap there. And then you're probably going to have a winger that would love to make that run in that you could play it into. So is that his responsibility, or is it easier for that to be like Hank and Ronan's kind of responsibility to be a leader here to help him out?
Uh, I think it's our responsibility.
Yeah.
Usually it's more helpful if the defense does, because they're looking at that whole picture right here, and he's in the middle of he's in the middle of four people with teammates, right? Is that a good pass right here?
Not really.
Not really. Why?
Doesn't really get us anywhere.
Right? It
Yeah.
doesn't really get us anywhere, and these passes, they're just too tight. You know what I mean? Like if he's standing here, would you ever pass to someone standing here?
No.
No.
Right? Would you ever pass it to someone standing over here?
Yeah.
Maybe. If you have the chance.
That'd be a lot harder. Like, would that be a hard pass into you, Hank? Right here? It's a little bit, right?
Yeah, because that'd be easy for them to cut it off and stuff.
Yep. But if he dribbled here, is that a reasonable distance to make a pass from here to here?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. So it's like we talk a lot about spacing and like distance. So if we're too close, that means the defender is going to steal the ball because it's to dribble from here or to run from here to here. If you pass it from here to here, that defender is going to go and win that ball. But if you pass it from here to here, that's a great pass. And Hank to Ronan here, that's even a little bit close, right? So if Hank were to get it there, then Ronan would want to be not as far as the referee, right? Because that's a little far, right? But right in the middle. And that's like the perfect spot.
Yeah. What do you think me and Ronan should say in that kind of situation? It's like talk like what should we say to
I would be like, who's this guy? What's his name?
I think that's
He's right.
What's his name? Sorry.
Jack.
Jack.
Jack. I'd be like, hey, Jack, come back, come back. And then if you said come back, he'd pick his head up and he'd look where?
Back.
Right? And then he'd probably
Towards-
take his first touch here, right?
Yeah.
And he'd look up and then, depending on say, Jack, come back. Hey, play Ronan, or Jack, come back. Right? You said it's Nolan, right?
Ronan.
Ronan. And then number 5. Sorry, I'm getting confused.
Hank.
All right. Sorry, Hank. Ronan,
It's
Hank,
fine, bro.
and Jack. I'm trying to learn everyone's names.
Oh yeah, that's all right. It's all right.
All right. Sweet. So that would probably be like, just, hey, come back. And then be like, play Hank, right? Play Ronan. And then he would probably do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to another situation here. Okay, they got a counterattack. They're not going to create anything here because you had great defensive shape. Everyone was back here. Good pressure there. Preosh closed that space really quickly. Awesome. Good. I like it. Because if you would have ran here, you would have made the field small and you would have got stuck. But you stayed here. Okay. Here is a great learning opportunity. Okay. So these two players, Samuel, which way did they both go?
Forward.
They went forward, right? And kicking that ball forward there, what do you think? Does that work often?
Oh, not really.
Not really. But imagine if it's not really there right now. But what I like, I'd much rather like, is if this player came to, right? The concept is like maybe you can play the ball like there's no passing lane, but like say he cleared, you'll see it. So see how this player here is clearing that space.
Mm-hmm.
So watch here. All right, awesome. This player plays here. Is this defender gonna follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And so what happens now is there's which lane? What passing lane just opened up?
The
Like,
far side.
You see that right here?
yeah.
Right? So are these double tens? Are these both? Do you know what I mean when I say tens? Attacking midfielders? Or is that a winger? An attacking midfielder?
That's a winger.
That's a
Yeah.
winger.
Yeah.
So like what you want to do here is you want to take your 9 and you want your 9 to be more like a Gabriel Jesus or um a Lukaku or someone that can bounce the ball, right? So that Samuel can play the ball in instead of running away into his feet here, right? Because if you play into that forward's feet here, would you agree that if Samuel played the ball here, he's getting out of the way? If you played it right here, could this player go and gather it?
Yeah.
And then what's that going to do to that defender here?
Make him pressure.
Is he going to follow him potentially all the way
Yeah.
up here? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then where it gets good is then the forward's going to lay it off maybe to the winger, right? Or if they don't follow him, then he can turn. And then we got a runner here and a runner here, right? And is
Yeah.
that a much easier through ball to make than a 40-yard over the top 2v1 right here? Would it be
Yeah.
a lot easier for maybe Samuel once he plays it here, right? You take off running because watch Samuel. When you get the ball, which way is the defender going to you?
Um,
So okay, I gotta go over another part. So
He
the
looks.
defender was backing up. So if the defender's backing up, what do you want to do, Samuel?
pressing.
You want to keep dribbling, right? Because what happens is when you dribble forward at this defender,
He's flat-footed.
he's gonna eventually do what?
Press.
Press. And the second he steps forward, what does that make it tough for him to do?
Go backwards.
Exactly, right? So if he runs this way to step to you and you play that ball, which you're going to have to say, whoever the forward's name is, you have to say, play it to the forward, right?
He's
Forward, check two, right? And then you're being like a leader, right? But then when he steps to you, you lay that ball off there. And then will you be able to get behind him, Samuel?
Yeah.
And then are we going to have a 2v1 right here?
Mm-hmm.
This guy?
Yeah.
And then if that lays off to this winger, could he play it into you where it's a 2v1 with this guy right here?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then all of a sudden, our opportunity to score goes from being a 1v2, which let's just give it a percentage and be like, that's maybe like a 1 out of 20 or 30. Would you agree that like a ball like that he's going to be able to run onto it? Maybe if he's an Erling Haaland, that'll work, right? But if you play it into his feet, he bounces it here and we sprint up. then the percentage is going to go to maybe a 40 or 50 or even a 60% chance. So
I have a question.
yeah, what's up?
So the far winger, he's like his name's Sam. He's like really fast, like
Uh-huh.
over there.
Yeah.
If you were to play it to Marcelo and then
Marcelo.
he's a forward.
Oh, this is Marcelo?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And then Preosh were to run up and Marcelo just bounced it back to him and then Preosh set Sam in or like
Mhm.
gave him
That's
a
Sam.
free ball. Would that be a better?
That would be amazing, right? Because what you want to do is when Samuel plays that ball into Marcelo, and this is the perfect guy to have as a forward. Marcelo, he's great, he's big and strong, but he's very technical, meaning you can play his feet and he can hold up that ball, right? And then the second you see someone go forward, the next pass is going to go where?
Forward.
Do
Wait,
we
no,
want to go
backwards.
forward, or do we want to go forward and then, like you said, where?
Backwards.
Backwards, right? So the huge thing that needs to happen is that we need to anticipate that. So like now, Prayos, right? We have kind of a game plan, right? When you see Samuel playing that ball into Marcelo, right? Could you sprint there, Prayos?
He's not here.
Okay, right? Or could someone tell him, right? Because right here, would we want to lay off that ball to Prayos here? Or is he a
No,
little too far back?
he's far back.
Right? But if he checks into here and he gets underneath it, like you said, right? Then Prayoj will be unmarked. He can dribble this way, right? This player will step here. And then you got Sam, like you said, great idea, running full speed. He's got speed. This guy's out of the play. And even if he doesn't get it, what are the numbers now?
Like a 3-on-2.
So it would be a 2-on-1, right? Because it goes Samuel into Marcelo. Marcelo bounces it back to Prayos, who's unmarked. So Prayos is right here, right? Prayos draws in this player right here to take him out of the play. And then all of a sudden, Prayos plays the ball here for Sam to run onto. Since he stepped forward, he can't recover. And that's kind of the rule that we got to understand is that when you dribble there and he steps, they're not going to be able to sprint. No one likes to run forward and then sprint back. And if they do, props to them. But it's highly unlikely that they'll be able to keep up with Sam running full speed this way if he has to go forward then back. All right, we got time for maybe one more situation. Let's see. You want to look at one of your goals
Sure.
so I can see one of your goals? Because it's nice to watch your goals because then you can understand what works. So who's that? Is that you, Samuel?
That's Marcelo.
That's Marcella. Okay. All right. So how did we get it through? There's usually patterns. So it goes up. Okay, you got a little lucky there, but it's the same concept. Where should this guy have got the ball? So Marcelo tried to go where?
To Sam.
Right? And he was trying to run behind. What should he have done?
Check 2.
Check 2 and then dropped it into where?
Desmond's feet.
Yep. So if he could have dropped it there, luckily the defender did it for us. Gets the ball there, frees up that run. That was a great hit. Man.
I feel like there's a lot of negative touches there though. Like I feel like, do you think that there's like a different way that we can like approach the goal without taking as many negative touches? It's like we have like the whole team going forward and one person just takes a touch back and like the whole momentum is just stopped.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at at this right here. So we got a 1-on-1, 1-on-1. So it's a 4-on-3 right here. So 4-on-3 calls for a little brilliance. Oh, now we've got the start of a 2-on-2, 3-on-2. So I would be dribbling this way here. That's a
I feel like Marcelo should have kept running with the ball.
Yes, because look, like you see right there, Sam, he's completely flat-footed right there. Like as soon as Marcelo stopped the ball, Sam is flat-footed and his run is done. Like he can't make that run out wide anymore.
Yep. So there's two options that I see, two other options I see. So if Marcelo dribbles across here, okay,
It's a 2-on-1.
maybe he could play it out here, but if this player runs here through that, so let's say that Marcelo runs straight, right? And turns on his jets a little bit. Okay. What I'd like to see is this winger to make this run here. Okay. Because what is this player looking at right now?
The ball.
Right. And so as Marcelo goes here, he's not paying attention to this run. And so if he cuts in front, could Marcelo have dropped that ball right in here?
Yeah.
Right. And then he would be on his right foot, but then he cuts back, which always there's like 10th of the degree opportunities in soccer. And we'll leave it with this. So there's always an opportunity that we don't see. So he lays it off, and then we go here. Now,
He could have played it back to him.
so this is called a third man. We got 1 minute left, and then it cuts out. It's actually at 2 minutes left, and then it's just going to cut out. So I'll just say, hey, thanks for being here with me, in case it does cut off. And I look forward to working with you and seeing you guys play again. So what it is here is, tell me if you see it. So this is called a third man pass, and we'll leave it with this. So when Marcelo passes it back, he's not trying to get the ball for a give and go here. He's trying to get the ball from this player. Okay. So you see how he passed it there and he runs here? See that?
Is he trying to like open up the space for Sam?
So who could play the ball to Marcelo here? Should it be this pass for a give and go, or should it be a third man pass? And what is a third man pass? It's like a give and go, like a triple give and go. So instead of it being a give and go here, right? It's a give and go from here, not into Marcelo yet, and then into Marcelo. But what does this player need to do in order to make that happen?
Check 2.
Check 2, right? And if he checked 2 here, would Marcelo have been in?
Yeah.
Right? Because you can see it, right? If he came in and he checked there, then Marcelo drops 2, 3, and you guys got another goal. So we'll leave it at that, guys. I hope you enjoyed. You guys get something out of it? You learned something?
Yes.
Was
Thank
it kind
you.
of fun? Yeah, was it kind of fun?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Should we do it again?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, sounds good, guys. All right, we'll see you later. Have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks, Julian.
Yep, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Uh,